This is Pat Castles, and today on Bleep Bloop, we are playing games on the iPad. Oh, let's check out Uno HD. This is not your standard definition Uno. We're talking high definition.
Dose, it should be called. I remember playing Uno at the beach a lot when I was a kid, and now you can do the same thing. Just take your iPad to the beach, dig it in the sand, and enjoy a nice game of Uno.
They have a one-device multiplayer option. So even though we only have one $500 iPad, we can still simulate the experience of us playing Uno. I only really have one move here, and I hate to break it out, but my draw 4 wild.
Whoa.
And that's, oh, and I get to choose the wild color.
Just
my
go,
hand.
just go, man.
It's an interesting game in that it couldn't exist on a Game Boy, say. It's called Wiki Hunt. And basically it's like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. It gives you 2 random Wikipedia articles, and you have to get between them in as few steps as possible. We're starting at Harat Ash-Shama, a volcanic field covering 40,000 square kilometers, obviously, in Syria. And we have to get to the music of Palestine.
Okay, easy.
I
This
guess-
will be easy, assuming that Palestinians love to sing about this volcano, which is not true.
Let's start with Syria. That's 1. This is definitely something your teacher would make you do in 3rd grade to like trick you into reading the encyclopedia.
Sure. You think Kevin Bacon's cool? Well, let me tell you something.
Middle Eastern music by region, Palestinian.
I will say this is
Music of Palestine. We did it in 5 clicks.
You did it in 5 clicks. You would let me play.
Well,
If you think like watching your friend play a video game is boring, watching him flip through an encyclopedia is infinitely more boring.
let's try Labyrinth 2, kind of an adaptation of the classic wooden maze, roll the ball into the whole game, but with all sorts of new gizmos and gadgets. And what's kind of neat about this one is it actually supports 2 iPad multiplayer. I really like what they did with the way that the wooden maze itself, you see different angles of it as you tilt it, really gives it an illusion of depth. Just like the iPad gives me the illusion that my life is going on.
Oh my god, I'm in the lead.
Later, loser. It's funny to call someone else a loser while you're doing this. Another iPad to iPad game is Ocean Blue, and I use the word game very loosely. This is kind of one of those relaxing games where you're exploring the ocean. There's no beginning, there's no end. It's just, take pictures of fish. But I'm the best at it. And it's kind of, just look around. If you see a fish you like, click on it. Check it out a little. You can get some info on it. Oh, I found a shark. That's like getting a Tetris in this game.
Oh, here you go, green sea turtle. Hello, I am Chelonia mitis, also known as green turtle. I come from one of the many...
This is Scrabble, of course, based on the popular Facebook game Scrabulous. And one of the neat options about this is that if you have an iPhone, you can use it as a letter rack to hide your letters from someone. So you just kind of take the letters and you flick them up, and then they land on the iPad. And then once you're over here, you lay them out where you want them. We've got about $900 worth of hardware here, but we finally made the $20 Scrabble board obsolete. One disadvantage of electronic Scrabble is that you are required to use words that are in the dictionary. So for instance, you can't use shit, you can't use fuck, you can't use Alright, let's put Scrabble and Uno aside for a second and check out Bruce Lee. This is a real grown-up video game with punches and kicks and Bruce Lee and dragons and stuff.
Very grown up.
Very mature. And this is, this is what an actual video game looks like. This is not some weird Wikipedia type thing. This is showing that the iPad could really run a game. So bottom line, what do you think? iPad, viable gaming platform?
It's like a Wii Game Boy in that, the funnest games, I think the ones we played were games like Labyrinth, where you're manipulating it and tilting it and using that aspect of it. Whereas like this game, as awesome as it looks, isn't particularly, that fun to play.
It's a little bit of a square peg in a round hole because this is the kind of game that's popular on a PlayStation, but this isn't a PlayStation. It's got its own disadvantages and advantages. Like, for instance, you can't look at porno on a PlayStation.